Hello class, today I will be discussing the bubonic plague and giving to you a brief history of this deadly disease. According to medical news today, the bubonic plague is known as one of the deadliest and most widespread pandemics to have ever occurred in the history of the world. It peaked in Europe between 1348 and 1350. It is thought to have destroyed 30 to 60% of Europe's entire population of that time. History.com notes that the Black Death arrived in Europe through trading ships. When people gathered to greet the ships, they were met with a horrific surprise. Most of the sailors were gravely ill or dead. They were covered in black boils that oozed blood and pus, which gave their illness its name, the Black Death. This deadly disease would continue to appear randomly throughout Middle Age Europe for centuries to come, killing more than 20 million people in Europe. Most victims died within 7 days of being infected. The bubonic plague is a disease carried by the bacterium Yersinia pestis that circulates among infected rodents such as black rats, where they live in great numbers and density. Transmission occurs through fleas that feed on infected animals. Typically rodents and many other kinds of animals such as ground squirrels, chipmunks, and rabbits can be infected with plague-causing bacteria. People contact the bacteria through flea bites that are fed on infected rodents. Humans can also develop infection from handling fluid or tissue from infected animals. People can also transmit the infection to other humans through coughing infectious drops into the air. MedicineNet reports that the plague in the United States is rare, but occasionally occurs in southwestern regions where wild rodents may be infected. Signs and symptoms occur between 2 and 7 days. Symptoms include fever, chills, headaches, and weakness. There may be bleeding and tissue death, which may appear black, hence the name Black Death. The bubonic plague is a very serious illness that is often fatal. About 50% of people will die if illness is not treated. Antibiotics are the choice for treating the plague and are most effective when given in the early course of the disease. Presently, there is no vaccine to prevent the plague. However, there are many ways to decrease the chance of contracting the plague by reducing rodent habitat areas around the home, avoiding contact with wild rodents, and wearing gloves when handling carcasses of potentially infected animals. Using DEET repellent can also provide protection, as well as using flea control products on pests. Thank you for your time and attention.